Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to our webinar today. So we're just about to get started. Just waiting for some latecomers to join. So just one moment. So FYI, I have Agnes here on the team as well, who will be active in the chat. You'll see that we have our first message already. Hi, Stepan. Good to see you after a while, to see you writing after so long. Hello, hello. Awesome. Thank you, Candice. Hi, Rim. Great stuff. All right. So we've got a lot to cover today. So a little, I'm gonna get moving. Hi, everyone. It's nice to see all the active chats. So good. Hey. All righty, let's get started. So today's webinar, I'm going to be building a bot, hopefully in 20 minutes, we'll see. So we'll be a live and interactive session. I'll also be presenting a little bit as well. So I want to give you a kind of an introduction to who we are, who I am, and also our platform. Yes, we're still kind of waiting for people to join. All right, I think we can start. Anyway, the session will be recorded, so for anyone who's latecomers can watch it later on anyway. All right. So welcome everyone once again. My name is Andrew. I'm the head of bot design here at SentiOne, leading a team of bot designers, bot developers, bot linguists, helping our customers build voice bots and chatbots on our platform. Our platform is called Automate. So a bit about myself. I have over 8 years now in conversational AI. I'm leading the conversation design and bot building practices. And in my kind of side job, I am the voice of SentiOne. So you might have heard me on some promotional videos of SentiOne, as well as our onboarding or product onboarding tutorials. So some housekeeping rules. So I believe you can all see and hear me. If you can use the little reaction section on this little webinar tool. If you can always put a thumbs up. That gives me a little indication that you are seeing and hearing me. Amazing. You'll also notice that on the side panel, there's a chat. Some of you already discovered it, so you can chat and comment there. But to ask questions, we do have a specific question section right next to the chat. You can add them throughout the whole webinar. We have a member of our team here who will be answering them during the webinar. We also will have a poll later on, so I will ask for some of your feedback on what we build later on today. And yes, everyone, it is recorded. So if you need to leave early, no problem. You can always watch it back. If you need to share the recording later, you can do as well. So great. Okay, everyone can hear and see me. Love it. So we can get started. Okay. So a little bit what we're going to do today. I'm going to give you an introduction to conversational AI, the whole technology, building chatbots and voice bots, overview of the technology, how does it all work, a little bit about our bot design principles, and then we'll build a bot together live using our platform. And then we'll have a bit of time at the end to answer any final questions as well. Hope that sounds good. So starting with a little bit about us, SentiOne. So we are an AI scale-up based in Europe. We have an office and headquarters in Poland, and we have offices in Mexico, Dubai, and also in Barcelona, where I am based. And our main product here is a conversational AI platform called Automate. So this allows us to build chatbots and voicebots for enterprise businesses. It's a visual dialogue building low-code, no-code platform. It's available in English, German, Spanish, Polish, and soon Arabic. It's on-premise and cloud, so particularly with enterprise customers, the on-premise solution is very useful for that as well. And not only do we build customer-facing bots, we also build internal employee-facing bots to help our clients or customers with employee-based questions as well for Microsoft Teams or other channels. And yes, so we've been building our AI and NLU models and natural language understanding for the last 10 years. So we have quite a bit of experience in this field as well. So let's begin from the beginning. So I know some of you may know a little bit about bots already, but some of you may be new. So let's begin with what is conversational AI? So if we look at the definition, conversational AI or conversational artificial intelligence refers to technologies like chatbots and voice assistants, which users can speak to, just like I am to you now in this webinar. And using large volumes of data, language and conversations, and combined with machine learning and natural language processing, we can imitate human interactions using speech or text inputs. And we're trying to understand and communicate and basically solve a problem or solve and communicate with humans. Now, the thing about conversational AI is lots of buzzwords, right? Just to name a few: NLU, NLP, TTS, SML, ASR. So it's quite a few that you need to wrap your head around a bit. So this is what I'm going to try to do a little bit today to make you understand all the kind of different bits and pieces that make up conversational AI. Also, what do we build? I mean, there are different kind of words for it. Are we building a bot, a chatbot, an AI assistant, voice bot, virtual assistant? What is it exactly? Well, pretty much they're all referring to the same thing. And the reason for this is still relatively new technology, and still there isn't that level of standardization there. But what I like to say is that, what we're building here is a conversational experience. And there are three main interfaces to highlight them. We got chatbots, text-only based, voice bots, voice-based, so Siri, Alexa, or your contact center phone systems. And then you also have hybrid, or multimodal it's called, where it's a combination of all of them. So as well as visual and other kind of outputs. So you can chat with a bot, get an output of visual or voice. Think of your car. When you're interacting with your car, you can interact by voice and get an example on the screen as well. So it's a mixture. But why? Why are we doing this? Why get involved in conversational AI and automation? Why build bots? Well, if you've seen the latest news, ChatGPT has really brought this even to more attention. And the other thing is this market is just growing and growing. It's expected to reach $40 billion by 2030 with the latest kind of market research. And the other reasons, well, mobile messaging is huge. Lots of us use Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp or interact with some kind of text communication. And the way we communicate via text and voice, that's a natural conversation. And using conversational AI, you get quicker answers, self-servicing, 24/7 possibilities. And there are lots and lots of things now with the technology now, especially with large language models and ChatGPT. There's so many possibilities now to automate many different things. Also, it allows you to have those personalized conversations at a large scale. So you can understand who you're talking to automatically, use their name, use their information, grab their customer database, and have this truly personalized conversation at a huge scale. So some highlights. This is where the technology is going. You can see large language models now in practice. You got OpenAI's ChatGPT, works really well. Lots of people are having fun with it. Also, Google just made their announcement called Bard. Funny name, but that's what they're going to call it. But as you can imagine, technology is getting more conversational. So you can imagine Google search, where you can get a very natural response instead of getting just a link to your answer. However, as much as amazing as they are, there are still some kind of considerations you have to think about. That are they reliable? Are they accurate? Do you have to moderate them? Can you trust them? Many different things like this. Like, here's an example of ChatGPT, where you can kind of fool it into thinking that the word 19 actually has 12 letters, and actually admits, okay, yes, you're right. It is 12 letters in the word 19, whereas it's actually 8. And I don't know if you saw, but the latest news today from Google, I think they rushed so much to bring out a competitor to ChatGPT that they forgot to even fact check their own marketing, where here they asked, oh, what were the discoveries of the James Webb Telescope? And it answered with inaccurate response that the first pictures of a planet outside our solar system were made by this telescope, which a lot of people brought up recently that is not actually true. So be careful as well. So let's get a bit deeper, because what's the difference between ChatGPT, those large language models like OpenAI is one, and AI bots, which is more or less what we're building and what we define what our bots are. With ChatGPT, it's pretty much an AI bot actually, because that interface you're interacting with on OpenAI, the ChatGPT interface, is kind of like a bot, but it's built on top of a very large language model. And this model is actually making predictions. It's kind of auto-completing and responding automatically and making kind of guesses based on its large data set. Of course, it's trained on billions and billions of words, so there's a lot of information in it. But at the end of the day, it's making predictions of the response, the next word that will come next. So in some cases, it will lack context. It's not specific to a certain business or a certain use case. Whereas with us, AI bots, what we're building, it's very specific, it's curated, our data set is built for customer service use cases. We have training data sets for banking, finance, insurance, even and healthcare, for example. And this also allows us, because we can control what we train in our data set, gives us a very high accuracy. With our NLU at the moment, our natural language understanding, we're reaching accuracies of 94%. And of course, it's easier to customize for specific user groups and businesses. On another big thing, self-contained for privacy, especially for banking and finance, where private information is transferred, very important. So things about cons and pros. So with ChatGPT, for example, at the moment, limited business use cases because you can't integrate with external databases. It's very expensive. You have to think about the costs about connecting to ChatGPT or other services. And it can be quite a bit of a black box, right? You don't know exactly what's going to come out of it. However, here at SentiOne, we've been, discovering other different use cases. One of the major ones is speeding up content creation, supporting the building process of bots, which I've been doing. It helps me create, the bot responses or bot training phrases. And also can be used as a backup. So you can always go back. If something goes wrong with your bot, you can trigger the ChatGPT bot. And with AI bots, there are also cons, right? It's not really open to the public for Ask Me Anything type of questions. With our bots, of course, there's still a bit of setup that's required to define the use cases, define exactly what you want to build, and maybe not as creative as ChatGPT, of course. But safe and reliable for business, easy to integrate with external databases, customer databases, and can be deployed on cloud or on-premise, right? And be custom built and specific. So it reflects your business, it reflects your brand, you know exactly what answers you're going to get, and not some kind of black box, right? So a little bit deeper into the technology behind it. How does it all work? These are the general components of a conversational AI or bot system. So you can imagine if I'm asking something to the bot by voice, for example, you go for an ASR or automatic speech recognition system. Then it gets fed to a natural language understanding engine to assign meaning to that particular phrase or question that you might have. matches with a response and dialogue management, generates that response with natural language generation, and then goes back to a sound or speech, text to speech or TTS, and back to the user or customer. And the thing is, going back to the data, the bots are only as good as the data set they are built on. So we take pride in custom training our bots so that they're very accurate and specific to business use cases. Here's an example like booking a taxi, where the phrase book a taxi has been trained on the intent book. Whoops, my camera. 1 moment. There we go. Sorry, I got this new kind of nice camera, but the clip is a bit loose, so we'll go from there. So here we have like data training sets, so different kind of phrases that will be assigned to meaning. For example, here the intent is book, so it understands, okay, this phrase will go to the book intent. So bot design, so this is my specialty, right? And my team. So we're a team of consultants and we support the whole bot design process. Designing is very important, right? To get a very good experience. And here are kind of some of the principles that we have, that we go by. First of all, is the use case right? Are we building a bot for the right reasons? Do you really need a bot? Maybe some cases, it's true. Apps, probably a better use case, or websites could still be the best use case. So you have to think about what really you want to automate. Is it the right use case? Also, gathering and assessing all your requirements. So are you making the right connections to the right databases? Do we have the right technology and tech stack, etc.? Do we have enough training data to train this? And then conversation design. So user experience is very important. You only have one kind of first impression when you interact with a bot, right? So conversation design is all about giving that really good user experience. And then start small, because you don't want to build a whole big Siri or Alexa and try to answer everything from the beginning. You want to start small with some specific use cases and expand and build on it. And I can't stress this enough, because again, first impression is important. Test your bot before releasing it. So more about bot design. Let's have a look. Conversation design I mentioned. It's a growing UX, user experience field of UX design. It's more focused on writing these dialogues, building conversational journeys and flows, and understanding exactly how you could speak to a customer and get a problem solved or answer a specific question. What kind of journeys are they going to take? Where they're going to go? How can we serve them best and give that really good experience? And it's all about making this computer interaction more natural. What's the goal of all this bot design? Well, solving user problems, number one. Ensuring a conversational experience is easy, engaging, and natural, definitely. And setting correct expectations, because you don't want people to think they can ask absolutely everything and get an answer straight away. You're setting the wrong kind of impression. And just briefly, I'm going over the bot design process here. So in general, this is the 7 steps that we have. You can take a screenshot, and we'll review this later, but we'll start from learning, going to exploration, the planning stage, the creation stage, the overall building, and of course, coming back to iteration and building and expanding your chatbot or voicebot capabilities. And of course, evaluation. So understanding if things are working, checking your feedback scores, satisfaction scores, KPIs, if they're being met or not. And this all allows you to improve the whole bot interaction for the future. And impact. So let's see the different kind of use cases for bots. There are numerous, right? You can automate a lot already, and these are some of the use cases that we have explored and that you probably may have experienced as well out in the wild. From customer service to reservations and appointments, checking and making payments and checking invoices, recruitment and onboarding bots, scheduling and medical diagnosis even. You can think back to COVID, where there were quite a few COVID-specific bots, and that's all these use cases are just growing and expanding and expanding. Of course, what's the impact? Why is it important for businesses and customers? So reducing costs, of course, number one, you reduce the requirements for human agents, reduce the cost for implementation. You also improve employee satisfaction, so the bots will answer those repetitive questions. On-demand support, of course, 24/7. The huge thing about personalization and scale. It's very important to use customer context, understanding who they are, where they're from, what time and date it is, maybe the customer purchase history, and being able to use that to make a more contextual interaction. Also increased interaction overall, being present on so many different channels, chat and voice. So now you have the possibility to be on all the social media channels, Messenger, WhatsApp, web chat, etc. And also, because of the number of conversations you'll be having with customers, you have a lot of insights into what people are asking at a huge scale and get feedback as well. So let's go to the more exciting and fun part. And that is to build a bot on our platform together. I believe we should have a poll ready. Just going to switch. And what we're going to do today, so we're going to build a small use case together, and I have 3 choices that we can vote for. Number 1, please just choose one option. So we have 3, building a sushi ordering bot, or finding a recipe bot, and a general kind of e-commerce bot, like, oh, I lost my order, or check an order status kind of use case. So the poll section will be on the bottom right next to questions and chat. You should be able to make a vote. And then we'll try to build it together based on that. I'm going to use that and build it. I don't know why I can't load the poll section, but I'll trust Agnes to give me the result. Okie dokie. E-commerce, oh dear. All right, 20 more seconds. Sushi bot. Yeah, I've seen so many demos with pizza. I'm sick of it now. Sushi is much healthier as well. It's bad habits. Pizza, pizza, pizza. So inside joke, I am a Kiwi from New Zealand, so you call people from New Zealand a Kiwi, or as well as the fruit. I hope everyone had their lunch, because, well, actually, no, if we're doing e-commerce, that's okay. We won't think about food, so we won't get too hungry. All right. I don't think I've ever seen kiwi on a pizza, so that's a good thing. All right, I think we have the final result now. Are we going for e-commerce, right? Agnes, I can't see the poll. It doesn't let me look at it, so. She's typing. Banana on a pizza? I don't know. Although there are also things like deep fried bananas, I believe. All right, classic e-commerce bot. Let's go. Right, so you should be now seeing a new screen. Please give me a thumbs up if you see a new screen. We are now looking at our platform. So introducing you to SentiOne Automate. What you see here is our project list. So you can treat a project list as a list of different types of bots. As you can see, we've got some template bots already ready, bank, hotel, etc. Well, what I'm going to do is start from a blank project. So this is a bit of a starter template, and start building our little e-commerce use case. I don't want to try banana on a pizza. Anyway, so here is our visual low-code dialogue builder. And as you can see, everything is built around these kind of blocks, also called maybe in other platforms modules or nodes, etc. And they all have different kind of little use cases. So here we have a sidebar of the different block types. So they range from, building your bot response or gathering some kind of question or user input from your customer and directing the conversation. And also most importantly is, integrations. So using APIs, if you know about them, REST API, etc., we can connect to external third-party databases or CRM systems, or just send it to other kind of systems as well. One example is even connecting to ChatGPT, which I've done here as well. Cool. So what I'm going to start with, so this is e-commerce. What you're seeing here is the visual builder. So it's quite an unlimited kind of visual canvas, which you can move around and expand. And this is a little, what we call context. And it's like a mini flow for different use cases. As you can see on the left-hand side, we have some default flows already ready, like the greeting context, a routing context, a global listener, a handover for transferring to an agent, etc. And here, using this settings context, I'm just going to jump in here and name my bot a bit. So if anyone has a great suggestion for a name, you can type it in the chat. Otherwise, I'm just going to call it very boring e-commerce. And the company could be SentiCommerce Bot. What this allows us to do is, using the setting flow, is it saves this information once and you can use it throughout the conversation and it remembers it. So we don't have to keep editing dialogue or contexts. So if I save it, and using here, the bottom right, this is our little chat testing tool, I can go directly and test the bot. And you can already see that we have the name of the bot, e-commerce bot, and it's already ready to go. Using contextual information, it already understands that today is Thursday and it's afternoon, so it gives you that little bit of understanding and context there. So with e-commerce, I think we said we need to check like an order status, I believe, or what was it? Let me see. Yeah. Well, we can give it some different kind of intents. So I don't know. Let's see. So if I say something like, check where is my package, see what will happen. AI. So this is the downside of using ChatGPT, is the reliability of it. I've set it up so we have a little backup that, something doesn't work, let's ask ChatGPT and get a response from there. Yeah, there we go. So that's how ChatGPT works. So using that, we can kind of give a backup. I'm also using it to kind of generate different questions and phrases, and I can ask it different things all via our platform. It's already been set up and integrated in that way. But what I want to do is make it more custom built, right? So let's go to our NLU, our natural language understanding engine. So this is where all the kind of magic happens, our amazing AI models and understanding. So based on, in our case, I think we're in billions of conversations, our natural language understanding has been trained on those data sets. So we already have internally those training data sets, and thanks to our teams here, so we have an AI research and language research team here at SentiOne. We've built our own data sets. So what that means is, with a little bit of training, we can give it different kind of understanding. So here we have some default intents already, as an example. for things like asking for general information, finding something, or switching language, etc. But what I want to do is maybe add a new intent called order status, for example. And we're going to teach it a few questions about asking for checking an order. So, for example, general ones, where is my package? Now, what we can also do is, we can use different words for package, right? So I'm just going to train it for now, save it, and add a new entity. And an entity is like a little variable or a list of different words or synonyms that will go in place of the word package. So I'm going to jump in here and create what's called a keyword entity, and call it, I don't know, package, for example. Here, we'll add some synonyms for package. There are things like parcel, item, purchase, where's my purchase, product, etc. And train. Cool. So going back to order status, what that means is I can now just quickly highlight package. And when this training is finished, we should see it. Let me see. Package is there. Okay. Back to order status. Oh, let me try it. I need to check the status on my parcel. There we go. So now it's recognizing parcel as part of the package entity. Let me highlight. There it is, the rest of them. Cool. All right, let's continue. Tell me how long till my package arrives. Has my package arrived? So just general rule of thumb, best practice is to have as many varied kind of phrases as you can here. So you don't want any kind of similar sentence structures. That's the best way to do it. Need to know when my package will come. All right, so we got 5 so far. Let's train the model. Depending on the size of your model, this could take a bit longer, but we just have a very small one so far, so it shouldn't be too long. Meanwhile, we can go here to this tab here and test if things are working. See if that works. Not yet. All right. There we go. So even though this particular sentence or phrase has not been exactly trained, we still get a reasonable amount of confidence that this means order status. So remove that because that's not required. Package, yes, that's accurate. I can save it directly to the intent and give that extra bump in understanding. Cool. Right. While that's training, let's go back to the flow and we'll build our little use case out. So here on the router, this is where you route different questions and understanding. At the moment, the default is going to ChatGPT just as a backup. But what I'm going to do now is assign it exact meaning. So I'm going to go to intent number 1 here, and I'm going to call it order status. Assign it to the intent order status so that this particular path or journey, it's visually represented here, will go to a new flow or context. So what we need to do is actually create a new context. Going here, I'm going to call it order status. When you begin a new flow or context, we have to have what we call a start block. So I'm going to add that here, all drag and drop, nice and easy. And I'm going to add what's called a say with fallbacks block. And what that means is, what we mean by fallback is, we're going to be asking for we're going to ask a specific question and expect a specific answer. And using fallbacks or error recovery, if we don't get the right input, we can always come back and say, hey, I actually need this to be entered right now. Right. So let's add our first kind of bot response. So here I'm going to ask, so order status, what's the first kind of thing? Maybe asking for an order number or, I don't know, product number, etc. So I can put here, all right, okay, sure, let me check up on your order. Could you please tell me your order number? Here we're going to request a user input because we're waiting for a response from the user. Here's what we're asking. We need an order number, right? And here, if they don't write a number or ask something different, we can kind of put them back on track and say, oops, we need your order number to continue. I don't know, it depends which on your client or customer, what kind of order number structure they're using. Could be alphanumeric, numbers and letters or something else, but let's keep it simple for now and maybe just say, hey, your order numbers are a 5-digit number, for example. Okay, save it. And then what I'm going to do is just temporarily put a temporary block here. Great, save it, and just finish my conversation so I complete my little loop, because we have to have a loop. That's why you see this little red icon. And I just want to do a quick test. So going back here to the chat tester, refresh. And just so you know, we can actually test in voice using our little voice input tool and text-to-speech tool. But for now, yeah, if I switch to voice, you'll be able to see here the play button. So you can get a sense of how this interaction will sound by voice. All right, check my order, please. Back to router, let me double check. I haven't assigned it back to the correct context. So order status, hey, you should be going to my order status flow. Done. There we go. Refresh. Check my order, please. Check my order status. Come on. Good. Let me double check if I've done things correctly. Yeah, intent equals to order status. Go to context, press play. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. Where is my... There we go. Now it's working. Perfect. So now it's going to be asking for an order number, right? So we need to ask for another input. So again, what we can do here is ask for a specific order number, right? So what we need to do, we can either train it as a number. Our bot will understand numbers natively using our system entities. So these are default kind of variable types using numbers, right? So keep it simple. We could do that, but I'll show you a different way later as well. So we're going to be asking for a numerical digit. Okay. And I want to introduce you to a quick other tool or feature here. So I've got something called here custom blocks, and this is a very flexible bot because I mentioned that everything here is low code, no code, but if you're a power user, if you want to do something more advanced, you can always switch to the more advanced custom blocks. Our platform is also capable of understanding JavaScript, as well as what we call our little chatbot expression markup language. So this gives us different flexibility of the platform as well, which is really cool. Right. Here I'm going to just say add number to memory. So remember that this is an order number. Sure. So here I'm going to call it order number using the variable. So what it means is, again, context is always important in a bot, so the bot always remembers things, comes back to it, doesn't forget who you are, improves the experience. And also, I can respond, great, your order number is, and this is what we call our chatbot expression language. There's little curly brackets. Allow us to bring up different variables used by a customer. As I said, hey, the number we're going to use from the milieu, the numeral, is actually going to be assigned what we call order number. So let's bring that up. So if I say, my order number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here it's picking up, right, okay, I got a number, I remember, yes, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I just want to do it as the value, natural sounding, there we go. Now we're remembering and reading back and clarifying with the user, hey, your number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and check that number, right? So we can expand on this. We can either give it like different understandings. So do you want to check the status? Do you want to see where it is? Maybe you want to cancel or change it. You can give all those different options when you bring up the number, right? And direct the conversation. For now, this particular context is order status, right? So we bring up the order status number. And then we can have a additional response from my system. So we're imagining a little bit here. This order is currently on the way. Estimated delivery time is by 10 February, etc. Cool. And just so you know, we don't have to start from the beginning of the conversation reset. What our platform allows you to do is continue from this particular point of the conversation, just test that flow. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get kind of like more customized status response. So I know I'm a little bit skipping a few things, but from this, using our kind of expression language here, I can fill in those different variables from a database. And this could be like memory dot, I don't know, date of delivery variable, and you can tap into a external database to bring up those very specific variables. So it makes it more customized to the actual order number. All right. And just briefly, so just testing the whole experience. All right. Where is my package, please? End to end. Order number. Just brought it up, confirmed, giving you a status. Now it's saying, okay, do you require any assistance or for anything else? So this is because we have this little template already built. And I'm going to say, oh, no more. Then we can access the kind of feedback and NPS system that's already been pre-built. I can give it, a rating out of 5. And great. Now we have a complete kind of conversational experience there, end to end. So that's how you can test it. And, we want to have this like a complete conversation, a complete production ready bot. So what our platform also allows you to do is test it in a kind of real environment. So here on my, oops, which one am I? Here on my blank projects, what I forgot to put is, hey, e-commerce bot. That's in my project. Cool. Let's go and run it. So here we can already simulate how it looks like on your customer's website. Did I get the right project? Right. I need to just quickly publish. So as soon as you publish here, because we have different versions, you have full version control, which you can roll back for backup. And as soon as you publish your project, you're ready to go to production. And then go here. So let's refresh this. So this is our SentiOne built, fully customizable and branded web chat. You can change the colors, etc. On this tool and embed it onto different websites. Let me just double click that again. Run a double web chat. Dun, 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 dun. Why are you not publishing? Double check it again. E-commerce bot, I am your assistant. Publish one more time. I guess Mr. E-commerce bot is just not ready for production. He has refused. There we go, one more time. Great. Check my order of my package. Great, now it's working. So this is what allows you to quickly set up and see how your bot will look like in a real customer environment and use case. You can really go and jump in and launch it. So that's how quick you can do it. Of course, we'd obviously expand on it and grow the capability and understanding, but more or less using that little template, using a bit of training, you're already ready to kind of launch that web chat. Now, I don't want to run out of time, and I see there's probably quite a few questions as well. So I would love to come in and answer some of them. So let's just go back here to the screen here. Cool. So we're into the last kind of 10 minutes. Let me have a look. Questions. Okay. Yeah, so we have this question module here on the webinar screen, so you can always use it there, and I can bring it up to the public screen for everyone to see. I can see, Agnes, you've been quite busy with the questions. All right. Agnes, you're typing. Oh, okay, we got a couple questions here. Yeah, here we go. So we got one question here. Is there a demo bot we can play with, please? Publicly, no, but you can see lots of demo videos on our SentiOne YouTube. We're working on a full demo page that we will be sharing publicly as well with some of those kind of demo and template bots. Alternatively, you can get in touch with us via our website, and we can also set up access to the platform where you can also play around. And if you're looking to see any further capabilities of the bot, we can also build a custom demo for you that you can also work on and play with as well. Hope that helps. All right. Okay, you have another question. Do you support on-premise deployment? Yes, that's something we actually have been specializing in, especially so our current clients are actually in banking environments. And you can, it's quite natural that with banking, a lot of the data has to be kind of be private and saved on, on-site servers of our customers and clients. So the on-premise version of a platform is readily available and can be installed. So that means we, SentiOne, will not see any of the private information from your customers. We just maintain, obviously, the platform, and our team helps you to build your solution on the platform as well. So you're not a problem there at all. All right. What would be your suggestion to get a job in an AI project or company? What do you expect from newcomers and employees? So, funnily enough, we are hiring right now. So, for example, the skills you require to build bots can come from different kind of areas. Like we've been consulting and coaching teams who are originally working in customer service, contact center agents, and we've been kind of teaching them to learn how to use the platform. And they're really good at it because they already know how the customers ask questions. They know how to build those kind of conversational journeys, how to respond, and teach how the bot should respond to customers. So those are kind of cool skills there. Technical skills, of course, are also quite useful as well, because understanding the technology is very useful. If you're being a linguist or have been working in content creation, that's very useful. If you know different languages, also pretty cool. And apart from that, being able to work in a team, being able to manage digital projects, if you have that kind of experience, very useful when building AI projects as well. Here at SentiOne, we work in agile methodologies, we work in sprints, so we're all familiar with kind of software development ways of work. But yeah, in general, skills for a bot designer or conversation designer are definitely, in terms of language and linguistics, is quite important as well, for sure. Another question here. Do we have to do the NLU training? So great question, actually. With our data sets, we've already pre-trained them in customer service use cases. So those are the general questions, like, how do I make a purchase? Tell me about your products. Those kind of things are kind of pre-trained, but what you have to give it is some examples, custom built examples, for your specific business use cases. So, I've only added 5 kind of training phrases to that order status intent. And in general, that's all you need, 5 to 10 kind of phrases specific to your business or use case, and that should be it. And the rest of it, you have full control of the training, so you can always put additional intents by yourself. You can add that further entities as well, custom understanding and synonyms, not a problem. But in most cases, the data sets are ready for the customer service type of use cases. And actually, with our template bots, you kind of saw there in the background on the project list, we have ones already designed for banking with numerous kind of specific training intents already built in. And they're ready to go as well. And we're always expanding those. So we have other additional use cases in insurance and healthcare that we're expanding. Hospitality is a big one. Hotels, that's what we've been working on too. So yeah, always growing there as well. Yeah, Agnes just answered it. Okie dokie, what else we got? Answered. Amazing. Got a few more minutes. If you want to throw another question in, not a problem. How? Okay, cool. How does testing and quality assurance in SentiOne? Good question. So Going back to the platform, we had our flow builder. We had the new module as well. We had integrations where we can go to external databases. And another module that I didn't showcase today, but maybe we can do it in the next webinar, is specifically to testing and quality assurance. It's called the Test Suite module. It allows you to develop, write, and save test cases or test scenarios, which are basically like different scenarios of your conversations. And you can save them and write them automatically. And you can have hundreds of these, testing every component or every conversation of your bot in all kinds of different ways. And you can run them simultaneously to see if they are all responding correctly, if they're triggering their natural language engine correctly. And based on that, if you get any kind of failed cases, you can go ahead and review them before you launch your bot to production. So this is something which our banking clients use already. They have quite a number of different test case scenarios saved, and before every kind of new update to the bot, they run through them very quickly and automatically to make sure everything else is working before they launch a new version of the bot. Very important. So yes, definitely. Thank you, Tomasz. Okay. Oops, going back a slide there. Right. So I have no more questions here. Agnes, thank you for adding your comments there. So as she's written, you can find a lot more information on our platform on the link. So yeah, automated tests, you can learn more about it there as well. And of course, here's our link to the website. So yeah, if you want to learn more, go to our website, SentiOne.com Automate. We'll be happy to help you as well. Contact us there. We can help you with a demo. We can help you with access to the platform, etc. And we'll be happy to answer any more questions you might have about SentiOne Automate. And stay in touch and in contact for future webinars as well. Links in the chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for your time. We're right on time as well, even ahead. So I'm glad. Thank you and take care. I'm waiting to see. Agnes, you're still writing something? Let's see. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. See you later.